However, under no circumstances should the 1966 election of members of the Maryland legislature be permitted to be conducted pursuant to the existing or any other unconstitutional plan. We therefore reverse the judgment of the Maryland Court of Appeals and remand the case to that court for further proceedings. The legislature elected in 1966 under the redrawn districts was known and is still known as the redistricting class. Its members included 3 future speakers: Thomas Hunter Lowe, John Hanson Briscoe, and Benjamin L. Cardin; 4 future Senate presidents: Steny Hoyer, James Clark, Melvin Steinberg, and William S. James. Among the future members of Congress, Steny Hoyer, Goodloe Byron, Glenn Bell Jr., Paul Sarbanes, and Ben Cardin. Perhaps there are members of this body today with such ambitions. May the work that we do in this special session merit a place of honor in the history of our state. Amen.
Amen. Quorum call.
Madam Speaker.
How's it? Okay. Yep. Has everyone recorded their presence? If so, the clerk would take the call. There being 131 members present, the House is now in session. Petitions, memorials, and other papers. Message from the Chief Executive. The clerk will read the executive order.
Executive Order 1/1/2026-14, proclamation convening the General Assembly of Maryland in extraordinary session at Annapolis, Maryland, commencing August 3rd, 2026.
Recognizing the Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. So much be considered the reading of the executive order.
So order. Hearing no objection, the message is order journalized. So good morning, colleagues. Before we start our business, I honestly pray that you and your loved ones have been well since we last adjourned in April. I know that you had, a lot of us had our elections, you have your family responsibilities, and you're here today, so I thank you for doing that. It's always better to get our work done in April than in August, but here we are. The House always stands ready to meet the moment, and we're going to do that. Today we have the opportunity to finish the work our constituents sent us here to do. Past is prologue. We know there will be vigorous debate. That is democracy in action, and I welcome it. And my actions show that I welcome it. For 89 days, 23 hours, 5 minutes, last session, I gave respect to everyone. No one can say that. No one can say that I didn't do it. My office was open. Both sides of the aisle had unprecedented access to my office and myself. Whether you had a personal problem, whether you had a problem in committee, whatever it was, I didn't care who you were, I took care of it. And I give respect and I expect respect. So today, we're going to have a debate. And I will allow, like I did, the debate to take place on both sides. Okay, we're not going to push anything through because we didn't do that for 89 days, 23 hours, and 5 minutes. Okay? So we're going to do it, but what I do expect is that, like any debate that I preside over, I ask for us, including myself, to conduct ourselves with dignity, discipline, and respect. And I did that for the 90 days, actually. So we can be passionate about our views while maintaining order and decorum, because this institution and the people we serve deserve no less. I want you to get up, make your arguments based on the law, on the rule, cite it eloquently. Behave in a way that you want your kids, if you have kids, or an auntie or an uncle, would like them to behave. Okay? Because the whole world is watching. Please, don't leave your seat. Don't come to the aisle. If that happens, I'm going to look to my left. Bobby, Sergeant at Arms, will you please raise your hand? And I'm going to call on him. And he's going to go to you, and you're going to leave the chamber. Okay? Plain and simple. We're going to be respectful. Okay? That's what we're going to do. And I give you my word that we will have the debate. And like I did before, I'm going to allow the debate. Because that's just how I am. It's how I ran HGO. It's just how I am, period. Okay? So let's start the business, okay? Thank you.
Madam Speaker.
Yes.
Thank you. I appreciate you lecturing us on respect. The very fact that we're here, Madam Speaker, is a real sign of disrespect for an entire region of our state. So I can't guarantee that we may or may not have respect over the next 3 days. And this is deeply personal. You know, we're putting national politics ahead of Marylanders. We're putting national politics ahead of over 400,000 people, of my family, my friends, my constituents. So that's deeply personal for me. It's deeply personal for many of us that are sitting in this section. And so, Madam Speaker, you set the tone already with respect by just having this special session to begin with. I just want to make that crystal clear. So moving forward over the next 3 days, I can't make any promises to you. I honestly can't.
Well, you know, I understand and I respect your view. And you do what you do, you do what you need to do. And I do what I need to do. Let's get started. House rules, the clerk will read the order.
Ordered by the House of Delegates of Maryland that the rules of the House of Delegates in effect at the end of the regular session of 2026 be adopted for the special session of 2026. By order, Sylvia Seeger, Chief Clerk.
So the question before the House is the adoption of the House rules. All in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. The House rules have been adopted. Thank you. Now we're going to do order of organization. The clerk will read the order.
Ordered by the House of Delegates of Maryland that the orders and appointments adopted for the regular session of 2026 be hereby continued for the special session of 2026.
Hearing no objection, the order is adopted. We're going to do appointments now. The clerk will read the appointment.
Resolved that the Speaker makes the following appointment. The Honorable Alexander Marcellus Harlan to the Judiciary Committee. By order, Sylvia Seeger, Chief Clerk.
And let's give him a warm welcome. Welcome to the body. Hearing no objection, the appointment is adopted. Message to the Senate. The clerk will read the message.
Ladies and gentlemen of the Senate, the House of Delegates has organized pursuant to Article 2, Section 16 of the Constitution of Maryland. We respectfully propose, with your concurrence, the appointment of a joint committee of 4 members, 2 on the part of the House and 2 on the part of the Senate, to wait upon the governor and inform him that the General Assembly is now organized and prepared to receive any communications he may desire to make. We have appointed on the part of the House delegates Moon and Buckle. By order, Sylvia Seeger, Chief Clerk.
Hearing no objection, the message is adopted. Message from the Senate. The clerk will read the message.
Ladies and gentlemen of the House Delegates, the Senate has organized pursuant to Article 2, Section 16 of the Constitution of Maryland. We have received your message notifying the Senate of the organization of your honorable body and requesting the appointment of a joint committee to wait upon the governor to inform him that the General Assembly is now prepared to receive any communications he may desire to make. On the part of the House, Delegates Moon and Buckle have been appointed. We have appointed on the part of the Senate, Senators King and Hershey.
Hearing no objection, the message is ordered journalized. Before we get started on the next order of business, I want to thank DLS, bill drafting, the library, the clerk, IT, and the troopers for their service. Okay, they're always here for us. I also want to take a minute to thank my team. My office has been open 5 days a week. There's always someone covering it because I require it, because I want to make sure that we're here for everyone. And they work really hard. They answer your messages. They answer your emails, your calls. And I want to thank them because they are a hard-working, dedicated team. Introduction of House bills. The clerk will read the bills and their committee assignments.
Household 2100, the Speaker, Government, Labor, and Elections. Household 2101, the Speaker, Government, Labor, and Elections. Household 2102, Delegate Boucher, House Rules, by Order Sylvia Seeger, Chief Clerk.
Our first order of business, are you ready? Is Veto House Bill Calendar number 1. The clerk will read the bill.
Household 862, Delegate Stein, Environment Transportation.
Madam Speaker.
Recognizing the Vice Chair of the committee.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Colleagues, I rise to respectfully request your support to override the veto of House Bill 862, commonly known as the two-person crew bill. We've heard this one a few times in this chamber. Your vote to override this veto will proactively protect Marylanders from dangerous derailments and accidents by requiring 2 crew members on every freight train that also shares commuter rail lines in Maryland. So requiring a second crew member is a common sense safety measure, and it's already in the regulations of our Federal Railroad Administration. Why do we need to do this? In the event of an accident, if there is only 1 crew member on a freight train, and you guys have seen this as well as I, they can be miles and miles and miles long, right? That crew member is required to stay with the train, right? They cannot assess damage, they cannot help assist first responders, and so this is something that we feel very strongly will benefit Marylanders if we need to invoke this legislation. So versions of this bill have been before us for many, many years. It's passed this body in previous sessions, but the bill before us today is very, very narrowly tailored, right? It does not change any current practice. So I'm going to say it again. It does not change any current practice, right? It only goes into effect under in two situations. One is that the Federal Railroad Administration rescinds its rules that already require 2 crew members on a freight train. And the second is that if Virginia, New York, and Pennsylvania also pass similar legislation, and this provision was intentionally included in the bill to protect our Port of Baltimore from competition from our neighbors who also have very large ports. Right. So finally, I want to address some concerns about federal preemption that have been noted both in the governor's letter of veto and also by members on this floor during debate in the past. This bill does not regulate interstate commerce. It does not. This bill does, however, protect the public and worker safety. And that is something that as a state we are legally allowed to do. We have a letter from April 16th from our Attorney General that agrees with that. So not only are we able to do it, I believe it's our responsibility to do it. So I am asking you to stand with me and vote to support the override of House Bill 862 to help protect Marylanders from future possibly devastating accidents. Thank you so much, Madam Speaker.
You're welcome. So House Bill recognizing the gentleman from Baltimore County.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
You're welcome.
I would just like to echo the comments of the Vice Chair of the E&T Committee. This bill is all about safety. It always has been. And just to emphasize a couple points the Vice Chair made, having a minimum of a two-person crew operating trains throughout the state is vital to ensure those trains run safely. In the event of an emergency, having a second crew member on board the train to serve as the incident commander is crucial. And the movement nationally by many states to enact this important rail safety measure was born out of tragedy. This legislation has been enacted in several states in other jurisdictions following tragic train derailments that led to the destruction of property, towns being evacuated, and lives lost here in the U.S. and abroad. So for all those reasons, I urge that the veto be overridden.
House Bill 862, recognizing the gentleman from Baltimore County.
Good morning. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Good morning.
Would the
You're
floor leader
welcome.
rise for a question, please?
Floor leader? The gentleman from Baltimore County.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning. Good.
Good. So the good delegate from Baltimore County just talked about the fact that basically this is already the law of the land. So why are we here doing this? Why do we need this if this is already the law of the land?
It's a rule. It's a federal rule. As we know, rules can be repealed, rescinded, end. And so this is a backstop in the event that that federal rule is repealed, is no longer in force.
Isn't it more than just a federal rule, though? Haven't the unions and the companies also agreed in their arbitration process as well? So doesn't it seem like both sides agree that this is the right practice? So I hear what you're saying about the federal rule, but it seems like it's more than that because it seems like the companies also agree that this is the right practice. So again, why are we doing this?
You're correct. The current collective bargaining agreement between the unions and the railroads does say that there should be a two-person crew. That collective bargaining agreement currently ends in 2030. It has to be renegotiated. We don't know what any future collective bargaining agreements might yield.
And what was the reason that the governor decided to veto this legislation?
I couldn't tell you. I just have to refer you to the veto override letter.
Okay, I think it was because it's already the law of the land, so he thought that it was duplicative. But for those reasons, because this is already the law of the land, I will be voting no on this, just like I have many times in the past. Thank you.
You're welcome. Recognizing the delegate from Montgomery County.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Just to support the comments of the floor leader, I just would like to point out that while the jargon has been that it's the law of the land, it's actually a regulation. And we all know that regulations can be changed. So we have an obligation to keep Marylanders safe on our rail lines. We can't leave it to the whim of federal regulators. And so that's why one of the reasons we need this bill. The other point that was made is that, yes, it is in the collective bargaining agreement. That collective bargaining agreement expires in 2030. We don't know what's going to happen to future collective bargaining agreements. It's collective bargaining. They sit down at the table and they negotiate. And the outcome of those negotiations are not in control of this chamber. So I think that we should make sure that the people of Maryland are safe and that they have the same assurances of being safe that those crews have under the collective bargaining agreement, at least until 2030. We need to make sure that that safety continues long after that. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
House Bill 862 has been vetoed by the governor. The question before the House is, shall the bill pass notwithstanding the objections of the chief executive? Agreement vote overrides the governor's veto. 85 votes are needed. The clerk will call the roll.
Madam Speaker.
Has everyone recorded their vote? Will anyone like to change their vote? If not, the clerk will take the call. There being 99 votes in the affirmative and 30 votes in the negative, the veto is overridden. Message to the Senate. The clerk will read the message.
Ladies and gentlemen of the Senate, the House of Delegates has voted to override the governor's veto of House Bill 862, 2026 regular session. Said bill is sent to you for your consideration by order. Sylvia C. Chief Clerk.
Hear no objection. The message is adopted. Recognizing the Majority Leader. Sorry. The clerk will read the bill.
House Bill 1151, Maryland Department of Health, Study on Maryland Medical Insurance Assistance Program, reimbursement of hospice room and board services.
Recognizing the Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move to special order House Bill 1151 until the next session.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. The bill has been special order. The clerk will read the next bill, please. Actually, this will end the work for this morning session. Recognizing the committee appropriations, committee announcements,
The committee is not meeting, Madam Speaker. Thank you.
economic matters. It's okay. You forgot where it is. It happens.
Hey, I'm looking at the buttons down here. I'm like, what is happening here? Good morning, everyone. Economic Matters will meet at 1:30. Just kidding. All right, no jokes left. All right, Economic Matters is not meeting, Madam Speaker.
All right, environment and transportation.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. The House Environment and Transportation Committee is not meeting today.
Government, labor, and elections.
Good
Let's
morning.
listen.
Good morning. GLEE is meeting at noon for a joint hearing with Triple E. Please be in your seats before noon. Thank you very much.
Health.
Joint hearing room, excuse me. Thank you.
Thank you. Health.
The Health Committee will not be meeting today.
Judiciary.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Judiciary will not be meeting today.
Ways and Means.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. The Ways and Means Committee will not be meeting today.
Any subcommittee announcements? Delegation announcements? Recognizing the chair of the Prince George's County delegation.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. The Prince George's County House delegation will be meeting at 1 p.m. via Zoom today. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other delegation announcements? All right. Recognizing the Vice Chair of Health.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. The Joint Ethics Committee will be meeting today at 1 o'clock in room G135 in the Legislative Services Building. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
You're welcome. Any caucus announcements? All right. Seeing none. Any personal? Recognizing the Vice Chair of the Economic Matters Committee.
Thank you. The Montgomery County House Democratic Caucus will be meeting in room 350 at 1 o'clock.
Okay. Thank you. Any other caucus announcements? Recognizing the delegate from Hartford County. Good morning.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Good morning.
Good morning.
Body, we are so blessed that we got called in on this particular day, and I'm going to tell you why. So many of us don't get to enjoy the benefits of being born during session. Rarely do we get the opportunity to really celebrate one of our very favorite members. This member grew up in Baltimore. He sometimes will allow your phone to connect to his towers so that you can text crappy texts to people like me sometimes. He raised a beautiful family. Whenever I get triggered on the floor, I can always go to his office. His door is always open to listen to my ad nauseum complaints. He loves to giggle and laugh when things are said that are totally off the cuff and off color on the floor. And he loves to fight and champion for children in Maryland, not to just get an education, but to get a real quality education. It is his greatest passion. So, without further ado, body, please recognize my very good friend. Permission to use the delegate's name?
Permission granted.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
You're welcome.
Delegate Mark Fisher from Southern Maryland. Happy birthday. We love you.
Madam Speaker.
Madam Speaker.
I got to do it. Madam Speaker.
1 second, please. Recognizing the delegate from Carroll County.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
You're welcome.
Body, please help me to welcome a citizen from my district in Carroll County, Michelle DeFeo. She's here with a lot of folks for concerned citizens of Self-Direction, Maryland. There'll be a lot of people out here today about that important issue. So please welcome her and thank her for coming.
Welcome. Recognizing the delegate from Montgomery.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
You're welcome.
I want to pay a brief tribute to someone, a friend who will not be returning when we reconvene in January. Permission to use the delegate's name?
Permission granted.
I want to acknowledge my dear friend, Delegate Frank Conaway Jr., because of the fact that many of you probably don't know this, but he has been so good to me. For example, many nights the Judiciary Committee was running late, and so the shuttle was closed, and as you know, I don't drive. And so what he would do, because he was such a good man, is follow me to my hotel to make sure I got home okay. And he always, also on those late nights, made sure I had something to eat. So, and he was also one of the first friends I made when I came to this body, so I'll miss him very much. And I just want to thank him for his 20 years of service to the body and always looking out for me. Thank you, Delegate.
Thank you, Delegate.
Madam Speaker.
Recognizing the delegate from Prince George's County.
Are you gonna take care of it?
I was going to take care of it.
All right.
Thank
honey.
you so much.
Okay. Recognizing the other delegate from Prince George's County.
Thank you.
You're
And
welcome.
I just want to say, first of all, permission to use the delegate name.
Permission granted.
Well, this delegate, he's my district mate. Not only is he's having a birthday, but he's a new father again. His son was born last Monday, and you know, it's been a joy celebrating, kind of not with him because, as you stated, we're not here during the summertime. They're usually somewhere else. But I just want to have the body to take the time to wish not only this delegate Julian Ivy, not only a happy birthday, but also the born of his new son. Happy birthday, Julian.
Happy birthday. Any other personal or guest announcements? Recognizing the gentleman from Baltimore County.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
You're welcome.
I have one of our constituents, colleagues, Miss Karen Smith, the founder of the Maryland Self-Direction Services, is here with us today. Her father-in-law was the former county executive and judge, if Karen's in the audience. Anyway, Miss Karen Smith. She's on this side.
Welcome the new council-elect for District 1 in Prince George's County, Michelle Garcia. Any other personal or guest announcements? All right. Quorum call.
Madam Speaker.
Has everyone recorded their presence? Okay. The clerk will take the call. There being 132 members present, the House is still in session. Recognizing the majority leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move that the House stands recessed until Monday, August 3rd at 4:00 p.m.
4:00 p.m. Please try to come a little earlier to your seats, okay? And if time changes, please look at your emails, all right, and text, and we'll communicate with you, all right? If you need anything between now and then, our office is open, okay? Thank you so much. See you soon.